Welcome back to Explore. Today we are going through the story of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars is a franchise that has given us many legendary games, from movie tie-in games like Revenge of the Sith to Battlefront, both original and remakes, even to games like Knights of the Old Republic and Force Unleashed. They are a standard of games that very few other franchises could possibly match up to. There have been many stories that have been told throughout all of these, but today we thought we would focus on the action-adventure game that is only just coming up to being 1 year old at the time of this video, and that is, of course, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So we start our story around 5 years after the end of the Clone Wars and the event that had become known as the Great Jedi Purge. The Galactic Republic is no longer going by this name, it is now known as the Galactic Empire, and we meet our main character in hiding on the planet named Bracca. His name is Cal Kestis, and he is a former Jedi Padawan who has taken to working as a scrapper, whose job it is to salvage ships left over from the Clone Wars, and he is trying to get by without ever revealing he has any Force abilities. One day an accident occurs, and Cal's friend Prauf ends up in danger, so Cal has no choice but to use the Force to save his friend. This does not go unseen, as an Imperial probe droid records him doing so and sends this information directly to the Galactic Empire. The Imperials now know that Cal is indeed a former Jedi Padawan. To sort this, the Empire sends down 2 of its Inquisitors, which, if you don't know, are an organisation of mysterious, Force-sensitive dark side agents who have been trained by none other than Darth Vader. These 2 are known as the Second Sister and the Ninth Sister, and things do not end up well for Cal and Prauf. The Second Sister kills Prauf while pursuing them and briefly engages in a duel with Cal. But Cal is rescued just in time by a former Jedi Knight named Sira Junda and a pilot named Grease Dritus. They take Cal aboard their ship, the Stinger Mantis, and she reveals that she knew Cal's old master, Jaro Tapal, before the events at the end of the Clone Wars. Sira and Grease take Cal to a planet named Bogano, and here there is an ancient vault that they believe Cal may be able to open. On his way to this vault, Cal comes into contact and befriends a small droid named BD-1, who in turn shows Cal a message that has been recorded by Sira's former master, Eno Cordova. Here we find out that the ancient vault here was built a long time ago by an ancient civilization called the Zepho, or Zephonians, and this species were able to actually be Force sensitive as well, although they would call it life wind instead of the Force, and anyone who was sensitive to it was known as a sage. But anyway, Cal discovers that Eno had hidden a Jedi holocron inside, and this holocron contained a list of locations of Force sensitive children. Sira hopes that this list is what could bring about an all-new Jedi Order that could take down the Empire. If they wish to reach this list, they must follow all of Cordova's tests and a path that he sets. Now the only lead that they really have is about the Zephonians, so they head to the Zepho homeworld to explore an ancient temple where they find a clue, and that one now points to Kashyyyk, the homeland of the Wookiees, as Cordova had a contact there who was a Wookiee chieftain named Tarful. So the next step, get to Kashyyyk. Now on the home planet of the Wookiees, Cal comes into contact with the infamous resistance fighter, Saw Gerrera, when they are helping to free enslaved Wookiees. After some searching, they have no joy finding Tarful, so Cal returns to Zepho to explore more deeply for clues. However, he is ambushed here once more by the Second Sister, and this time she reveals herself to actually be Sarah's former Padawan, Trilla Suduri. We discover that under torture, Sarah had revealed her location to the Empire, so she warns Cal that, given time, Sarah will certainly betray him as well. Then she retreats, and Cal comes to discover that he needs a Zepho artifact to unlock the vault, and one of these is called an Astrium. Although, as he learns this, he is actually knocked unconscious by a bounty hunter. This bounty hunter that takes him forces Cal to fight in a gladiator type arena for the crime lord Sork Tormo. Sarah and Grease come to his rescue though, with Grease actually apologising for it was his gambling debts that led to Cal being kidnapped. From here they move on, and they actually get word that Tarful will meet and speak with Cal, so they return to Kashyyyk once more. In their meeting, Tarful tells Cal to seek the answers he is looking for atop the origin tree, where, once Cal investigates, he finds another recording from Cordova, with this one saying that the Astrium can be found on the planet of Dathomir within a Zepho tomb. This is where he is attacked once more, with the Ninth Sister trying to ambush Cal, but he does manage to defeat this agent of the Empire and so continues on his journey to Dathomir. As soon as he lands on Dathomir, a Ninth Sister confronts him. Her name is Merrin, and she blames the Jedi for the complete massacre of her people that they suffered during the Clone Wars. She does everything she can, using an army of revenants to try and keep Cal away, and here Cal has the Kyber crystal of his lightsaber destroyed when he is a flashback of his former master, Jaro Tapal, sacrificing his life so that Cal could escape during the events of Order 66. Cal then comes to meet another former Jedi now, this one named Taron Malicos, who has been stranded here on Dathomir ever since he crash landed on the planet during the Purge. He has grown crazy over the years as he tried to learn the magic of the Night Sisters, and this led him to succumb to the powers of the dark side, and he even offers Cal to teach him these powers. Cal refuses this and Merrin attacks them again, so Cal has to reboard the Stinger Mantis and flee. Now on the ship, Sarah reveals to Cal that she was fully aware that Trilla was now an Inquisitor, and that the reason she had to cut herself from the Force was because she had briefly given in to the dark side after learning what Trilla had become. Their next stop is to the snow-covered planet of Ilum, so that Cal can find a new Kyber crystal and build himself a brand new lightsaber. Once he has done this, they return back to Dathomir to attempt once more what they had before, where this time Cal does manage to retrieve the Astrium, and he also manages to move past and overcome the guilt that he has been suffering from due to his part in the death of his old master, Jaro. Malicos finds Cal again though, and once more attempts to sway him to the dark side. But when Cal once again refuses his attempts, he attacks the young Jedi. But here he receives help from none other than Merrin, and together they defeat Malicos. Cal also then manages to convince Merrin to travel with them and join the Mantis crew. The Mantis crew now returns to Bogano, and here Cal uses the Astrium to unlock the vault and reveal the holocron. But Trilla appears, attacks Cal, and steals the holocron while managing to escape. After this, Sarah decides she must go back to her life as a Jedi, and with this she also grants Cal the rank of a Jedi Knight. From here the two pair up and they decide they must attack the Inquisitor headquarters on the water moon of Nur to recover what has been stolen from them. They fight their way through the fortress until they reach Trilla, where Cal defeats her and regains the holocron. Sarah makes an attempt to turn Trilla back here and make amends with her former Padawan, but to no avail, as Darth Vader appears and kills Trilla for failing. Cal and Sarah also barely escape from Vader here, with Sarah almost drowning after falling unconscious, but they only manage to escape with the help of BD-1 and Merrin. Even though they barely escaped, they did still manage to retrieve the holocron and get away. So now back aboard the Stinger Mantis once more, they ponder what their course of action should be. They come to realise that if they were to gather all these Force-sensitive children together, then they would only make the Empire's job of wiping them all out so much easier if they were to ever be discovered. Therefore, Cal destroys the holocron. They believe that the fate of those children should be left up to the Force, and so they should discover their own destinies. With their mission now complete, there is only one last thing for Cal to ask.
So where to now?
So there we have it, a complete run through of the plot of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and whether that is because you are unable to play the game and just want to know what happened, or just give yourself a recap in case you've forgotten any of it. And now that we've concluded that, I actually have my question for you today, and that is, would you be interested in more recaps of other Star Wars game stories? Perhaps those like the Knights of the Old Republic games, or perhaps some of the stories from the Old Republic Online ones, or something completely different again. Let me know what you would like in the comments below. Now hopefully you enjoyed this video and you are still enjoying the content on this channel. If you would like to see more from us, then please drop a like on this video and also make sure you've hit that subscribe button too, along with that bell icon so that you could be notified when each upload goes live. After all, these are the small things that can really help the channel grow. So thank you if you have managed to stay with me until the end of this video, and we will see you next time on Explore.